Hello, my friends. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes later than I said. Trying to get all of my kids situated and all of that stuff. You know how it goes. But I am here and I'm so excited to be taking you through my makeup routine. So there have been some new faces around here, and probably the most asked question that I have right now regarding makeup and things like that is just like, what do you use for your makeup? So I know some of you have been around and some of you use the same stuff as I do, and that's because we are best friends. So I'm glad that we have had that connection. This is supposed to be kind of like a basic rundown of what my everyday makeup routine is like. And obviously sometimes I'll make it a little more dramatic, and other times I will make it a little more natural, and I show tutorials on that as well. Hi friends, hi everyone coming in. So I am going to go through the tutorial part itself pretty quickly, explaining what I'm doing and things like that. So if I don't get to your comments, I am sticking around after the tutorial, and I will answer questions then as they come in live, and then also I'll be able to go back and answer your questions and comment back to you after if I miss it. So just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I just want to make this possible for replay viewers as well to feel engaged and feel educated from this tutorial. So you guys are the best, and since you're the best, I wanted to give away basically an entire, what I would consider, amazing starter kit for mascara beauty. So I am an independent mascara beauty artist, meaning that if you want any of these products, you can purchase them directly through me, and I will even help color match you. So there is a link in the description, and it has a link to be color matched. It also has a link to the products directly. And yeah, if you're interested in becoming an artist and doing what I do, you can absolutely join my team. And so that is something that's an option as well. Thanks, friends. Hiding in a cubicle. That's the best. Awesome. I do use the full trace leche system. I did a Q&A on my page and actually showed it live in that Q&A. And so, hi Amanda. Hi friends. Okay, so the giveaway today is a mini double-decker with 10 singles. So you're gonna pick 10 colors of any kind, and I will kind of break those down for you, what that actually means. For me, I have in here 2 highlight colors, a contour, a cream bronzer, and a cream illuminator, and a blush. And then on the bottom, I have some eyeshadows, a powder illuminator, a setting powder. And this is my Coola contour that I use as my eyeliner. So I am going to give this away. 10 anythings that you want in it. You can do eyeshadows, you can do foundations, you can do blushes, all of that stuff, as well as 2 brushes. I was like, there's got to be something else. So this, 10 singles, 2 brushes of your choice. So pretty amazing giveaway, I feel like, because I'm really wanting you guys to dive in and start doing this makeup. The initial investment for it is always the biggest, because from then on, I'll show you the cool thing if you haven't seen that in our compacts. The cool thing about them is when you run out of one color, look, it just pops right out. So say I run out of this, I just pop that out, and it's only $14 to replace it, free shipping. It's awesome. So for me, the investment is way less than what I was spending before. I was using palettes, and I would only use a couple of the colors out of them, and then the other ones would be like, sometimes I'll use them but then they just take up space in your drawers. And this way you can totally mix and match, customize anything. Also, I own so many colors. I own every color now, and it's still like, imagine owning every color of makeup and it still fits within this size. Like, this is my entire makeup collection. I could match anyone's skin anywhere. I have every blush, every color of eyeshadow, every powder, every illuminator, all of that stuff, and it all fits just in this small kit. So for me, it's like hands down the most versatile makeup, and things last way longer. They're way more pigmented, all of that stuff. There are 2 new brushes, yes. There are, and that is so exciting. I ordered them and I hoped they would be here, in time for this video, but they have not come yet, but I will show them as soon as I have them. So yes, make sure that you're sharing this out. We want to share the love, and we want everyone to have a makeup routine that works for them, and that is what I'm here for, to help you have your personal colors that work for you and to teach you how to do them. So makeup doesn't have to be an overwhelming process. It can actually be a fun and awesome part of your day and part of your life. So let's dive in. Okay. Now that we got all of that out of the way, I am working out of my mini double decker because I want to show you how it works. There are other sizes of compacts, and the compact itself comes free when you purchase 10 singles. So 10 of anything, mix and match. There's another size that if you're not ready to go with 10, I recommend this size is the next one. This one has 8. It fits 8 in it, and it's still a double layer, but it's not, mine's not fully stocked right now, but it fits them like this, and there's 4 on each level, or obviously more if you have eyeshadows. So I just wanted to show you the other option that I recommend for a starter kit. And that's just because you have room to grow in them, and you have a little bit of versatility and all of that stuff. So if you have this makeup, you're loving this makeup, I've color matched you, things like that, let us know in the comments, because I really want people to understand that it can work for them and that I'm here to help. So if you've had a good experience, let us know, and I will be sending you virtual kisses. Awesome. Okay, so I switched my brushes up. They are all double-sided, as you can see this one. And so sometimes in my tutorials, I'll use a 30-second hack brush or a detail hack brush. Lately, I have just been using this one. And for some reason, I just like it. And so every once in a while, I'll switch it up. And that's just kind of the beauty of this makeup too, is that you do you know? Okay, so here we go. And I am getting a little bit of my darker highlight color here. I am using the color Mango, and I am using a darker one because when you look at my face, you can see I have some redness here. I have dark under eyes here. I have this is it's not textured redness, but my skin is so sensitive that when I touch it, see how much redder it gets? And so sometimes I just like to balance out that redness from my sensitive skin. And of course my dark eyelids. And I like everything just balanced and stuff like that. But if you have a color that's too light for your skin, it will cause the texture of your skin to be accentuated. It also won't provide enough coverage, and it'll end up looking kind of streaky or just not sitting well into your skin. So those are things to look for when you have your colors. If you're having problems with those things, we probably need to go a shade darker. So for me, I use a darker shade on specific areas, and you can tell when you look at your skin what parts of your face are looking like a darker tone. A lot of times people have a lighter jaw, lighter in through here, definitely their eyes and stuff like that. Their eyelids can be lighter color and more match their neck. And so in those circumstances, you would want to make sure you don't put the darker color along your jawline or something. You only want to use it to spot treat. And since everything is in one compact, it's really convenient. You just dip into a different spot. And so it's not like you have to have all of these products to accomplish all of these things. It's just all there together. So, okay, I'm going to show you now that I described that. And so you'll see that this is a color that's a little darker than my skin itself, but look at how much it just blended into that and made my skin look glowy and natural there. So I am using the small side of the B squared. Honestly, you can use any brush that floats your boat, but a lot of people prefer the 30-second hack brush. It's totally up to you. Okay, and you can see the 30-second hack brush being used in basically almost all of my other makeup tutorials. Okay, and so I go around my nose here, and I am just putting a light layer of redness, but you can see how much darker that is than my jaw itself. I'll show you how to balance that in a second. Yay, I'm glad that you guys are loving it. Thank you so much for commenting in and helping other people feel confident in it and stuff like that. I just love you guys. Okay, so we are putting this on my redness here and underneath my eyes. And since this brush is a wider brush, I really can't get right in here on my eyes. And so I will also show you that. And honestly, you don't have to go like as much coverage as I'm doing, or like you can do whatever you want to do, or you can even do more dimension than I'm doing. And a lot of my videos will show you that versatility. This one is like, I'm showing you what I would wear. Like if I'm not doing a tutorial, I'm out and about, you see me in my Insta stories, something like that. Most of the time, this is the method that I have used to apply. Give or take the brush. Okay, so I balanced out my eyes here a little bit, and I have like a little bit of redness on my chin, just right there. So I am going to put a little tiny bit there. And you can see how it looks pretty orange on me. Part of it is my lighting, because if I like take a step back, see how much more balanced it looks. So sometimes the light can make it look a little bit warmer than it is. Oops, there's an eyelash. But anyway, so I put that layer on, and then I grab my perfector sponge, which I love using. My perfector sponge is like my secret weapon for making it look like it's my skin still, while it also is like providing just the right amount of like brightening and balance. So I'm using Mango on my face right now. I still have a little bit of a tan left from my vacation, and then I also have some sunless tanner. I linked my sunless tanner for you guys because you always ask me about that. And for me, sunless tanner is like an awesome kind of just overall leveling factor. So my makeup application is actually easiest for me when I have sunless tanner on, just because it already goes in and kind of balances the tones of your body together. And so keep that in mind if you're wanting, especially if your neck is different color than your face and stuff like that. So do I find that the makeup is streaky until I press it in with a perfector sponge? So sometimes if the color is slightly too light, then I will notice that, and sometimes I can use the perfector sponge to help that situation. But other times, like this just went on like creamy and smooth because it's not too light on my skin. And so every once in a while though, yes, I will see that happen. I'm going to come in with my lighter highlight color now, which is amber for me, and I'm going to put this on my jaw. And the nice thing about this makeup is that the highlight and the contour both have coverage. They do different things, but they're meant to go in different places. So you are ending up creating a three-dimensional foundation look with only placing product where it needs to go, versus like putting a whole foundation on your whole face and matting everything out and then having to go back in and try and find your dimension again. Your face has natural dimension. So it makes a ton of sense to me that you would put dark colors where dark goes and light colors where light goes, and everything has coverage, so it's the least amount of makeup layering on your face, and all of that stuff. So thanks, Taylor. I do use a brush cleaner, and I have it with me here. I will show you that at the end because that's one of the questions that I get a lot too. So I'll show you how I clean my brushes. But obviously right now I'm using them. So I will do that as soon as I'm done here. Okay, so you can see already by doing that on my chin, it's creating that like balance that's a little bit nicer and not so stark. But I need that darker color for that redness and that balancing. Otherwise, this would just sit on top of my skin. And again, haven't even changed my compact. I just dipped into a different place. I haven't even changed my brush. So here we go. Okay, so I just put that on there, and now I'm going to get a little bit more specific with where I'm applying and where I'm brightening. So I am going to switch to this is the Detail Hack. Hi, Katie, welcome. Love the beachy waves. Thanks, friends. Awesome. Yeah, keep commenting. I will pick the winner from the engagement here, the comments, all of that stuff, and then share this out, of course, if you want. And if you are just hopping in, I am giving away a mini double-decker compact, which is the size I'm currently using right here in the video, 10 singles of your choice. So you can pick 10 of anything, and then 2 brushes of your choice. So one of you will always win, or will win all of that. I was reading your comment, Kristen, that says your makeup always looks flawless, so I said always. But anyway, thank you for that. Okay, so I'm using this smaller tip here, and look at how much I'm placing on my brush. I literally touch it in there, and then I dab it right here. So my highlight color, even though it's this small tin, my highlights last me 2 to 3 months. My contours last me 4 to 6 months. My blushes, forever. Like, I honestly don't even know if I've gone through a blush yet in years. So everything else lasts me way longer than that, except the powder. The setting powder I go through about as fast as my highlight and contour. So for me, the pricing of it all just ends up working out way better than when I was trying to, you know, compensate with drugstore makeup, or every once in a while I'd go buy my favorite things at, you know, at Sephora or whatever, but then I would be dropping, you know, $100 every time, and it would just be on something that I only needed 2 colors out of. So for me, this makes so much more sense. I like to bring this lighter color, thanks Taylor. I like to bring this lighter color down the top of my nose here. You have really dry skin, this is amazing for dry skin. It honestly is good for all skin types. I have oily skin, but using this consistently has, like, the cream has hydrated my skin to the point where I don't overproduce oil anymore. So I don't have like an overly oily situation. I did when I started using the makeup because my skin was just producing oil like crazy trying to compensate. But for dry skin, I recommend our skincare system, which is the Tres Leches, and it balances out dry skin beautifully. So I recommend that. I would be cautious though. Sometimes the cloths that come with it don't work for everyone's skin, so be aware of that. If you're feeling like your skin is drier after using Tres Leches, then cut out the cloths. And if you're feeling like the cloths are doing great things for your skin and cleaning it even deeper, then great, keep using them. But just be mindful of that. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through blemish coverage because I do it the same way as I do the brightening. And I only want to apply, can you guys hear my kids playing in the background? I only want to apply what's necessary to provide the coverage. I don't want excess product anywhere. Otherwise it'll feel sticky, it won't wear well, all of that stuff. So you saw, I didn't talk you through, but I covered that blemish up there. I have this one here. I just put a tiny amount of product and I barely touch it on there. Like tiny little tap, just like that. And then I kind of blend it out and around as I go. So then you don't end up with like a big chunk of concealer that you're trying to like blend into the rest of your face. You just use this, a little tiny touch of something. Let's cover right here. Touch of something, and then you just do these light dabs, and then the product kind of dissipates while providing that extra coverage that you need. So, yay, I'm so awesome. Ooh, rosacea with the Tres Leches, I've seen some seriously amazing things happen. Okay, so right here under my eyes where I put extra, I am just going to make sure that it is all set in there. And I love this Perfector sponge. I will tell you too, it seems like my makeup takes me a really long time every time that I'm doing one of these live videos. But I have made videos in real time and stuff like that, and it takes me maybe 15 minutes to do this look. And so don't think it takes me an hour to do my makeup every day. I have 3 kids, I work, I have, you know, we got things to do. So it does not take me that long to do my makeup. I have 15 minutes, so I gotta make it happen. So that is what I do. Okay, so since I have oily skin, at this point, I like to come in with my powder, and I set my powder, and I like to just use the Vanilla Dust from Maskcara, and again, it's in the same compact here, and I am just going to lightly press this in. If you get too much powder, if you're pressing too much powder into the product, you'll see that it'll start to kind of almost like cake apart, like separate a little bit. And so if your makeup is looking cakey, you might want to lighten your hand with the powder, or you may need a darker color. So again, it should look nice on your skin. It should not look crazy on your skin. And sometimes it just takes a little getting used to application-wise. Okay, and I put that highlight color on my eyelid, and I use it as an eyeliner or eyeshadow primer. And I put this powder over top of it just so that it sets and it doesn't crease at all. And then the eyeshadow I put on can be very true to tone because I'm not already trying to balance out those underlying tones that are already there. Yes, the Milk System for men is the same formula as women, it's just a different package. Okay, so next up, we're going to talk contouring. A lot of people are afraid of contouring, but honestly, we have already started contouring. Like, look how much more brightness is here, brightness is right here, brightness is here. That's what you want happening to your face naturally, and so we want to bring brightness there, so we might as well polish out the shadowing too and just create that really nice soft like texture, no, soft dimension, that's the word. I use all these words so many times. Okay, so I am going to be using this Detail Hack brush here. And you can use whatever brush feels comfortable to you. And so I am using the color Indigo. It's a pretty dark contour color. I like to use olive on days that I want to look pretty natural. And so it's up to you. You can change up your contouring, all of that stuff. If you're afraid of contouring, go with a more natural route of a color, not so much what I'm doing here. Okay, and so now you find your cheekbone right here. It rounds down like this, and then it gets squishy. You want to press right up here against your cheekbone, and you just distribute a tiny bit of product. And you want to keep it pretty small underneath that cheekbone because, again, you're creating a dimension there. You don't want to drag your whole face down. So if your contour is too low, then you'll see that. And if your contour is too high, you're cutting off your cheekbone. It needs to be right up there underneath that cheekbone there. Okay, and before I blend it in, I still have product on my brush. A little bit goes a long way. And so I am going to place this side as well. And I'm just using kind of a stippling motion to distribute all of that product. And that side to me feels already pretty blended. By the time I add things on top of it and stuff, it will get more and more blended. This one has a little bit of a sharper bottom line, so I am going to blend that out just a titch. And again, you can use other brushes. Like, I like to use this one that I used for my highlight color to blend up into it so my contour is not still growing out where you don't want it to go. Okay, and then contour goes up here on your forehead as well, just on the top half of your forehead. And then you just kind of pull it down so it blends into that highlight color there. And again, my skin turns red when I touch it, so this will calm down a little bit. It looks a little red right now, but that's just because I have sensitive skin. So I am going to also do my jaw. I'm gonna come right here on my jawbone. You wanna make sure this is really, really blended. Nobody wants a crazy line on their chin. So you can see like how blended. Do you guys like that look? Hopefully that's the still shot Facebook chooses on the video. Okay, so blend this in. Blend this other side here, just like that. And so now you're creating a little more depth to your jaw here. The sounds of the kids is so sweet. I have my nephews staying here for a few days and they are all just playing and in heaven, and it's fun. Okay, so I am going to use this side of the brush, the straighter side here, and this is how I like to do my nose contour. See how little product is on there? I barely touched it, and I barely lay this on my nose, just like this, because I just want a subtle line made right there. And I am going to now be able to flip this around and blend this line in, just like that. You don't want it to be this harsh line like we just talked about. You're just trying to add a tiny bit more dimension to it. So that's my favorite way. You don't have to worry about creating such a strong or such a straight line because the brush pretty much creates it for you. So there we go there. Blending this in and out. Hi, I'm glad that you're here live. Some of you have never caught me live before. Welcome. Okay, so that's how I contour my nose. Again, totally up to you how you want to do it, or if you even want to do it at all. Okay, next up would be blush, bronzer, all that jazz. on my face, but I like to go right into my eyeshadow. That's just kind of how I apply, just in case like anything falls down or whatever, you know, it's easy to remove it. And you don't end up having to kind of like redo your whole face. So the brushes are incredible. They're so good. And I give away brush collections a lot of times because I just feel like they're just worth owning, you know? So buy them if you can, and if you can't, then just keep trying to win them. Okay, so I'm going to do my brows. Sometimes I use the contour color, Indigo, that I just had on. Other times I use eyeshadow. It kind of just depends how I feel that day. And so today I'm going to use this color here, and it's an eyeshadow, and it's called Coal. And it's quite a bit darker than I normally go, but I'm kind of digging it lately, so I like a strong brow these days. All right, and for my brow, I use this Know Your Angles brush. Honestly, the brush does a lot of the work for me. And I like to make a strong base, so that bottom line's strong, just like that. And then I like to kind of bring it out a touch there, and I go up with it here. So I kind of draw up and fill it in that way. And then I make a strong downward stroke here. And then I use whatever's left on my brush. I don't ever re-dip for this part. And then I just fill in that top, so it's a little softer on the top. Then you flip the brush around and you can soften it out even more. So then you just have kind of a stronger brow there. And it looks really crazy like that, but once everything comes together, it kind of like tempers down. I do like crazy hair lately. I like crazy everything lately. Okay, so, and I did have my brows microbladed once upon a time, but they have faded out. So I need to go back and get them redone. So this is like my natural brow now that I'm using. Okay, strong base. Draw it up here. Grab that top. Draw it down. Oops, I went too far out. That's okay. That's okay, I just have crazy brows. Crazy ones! But anyway, you just clean it up, that's fine. It does eventually kind of feel like it sets a little bit more, but when I'm first applying it, it's pretty easy to kind of like clean up and work with. So, and I have a giant scar right here through my brow. So you can see that part right there is all scar and it doesn't grow any hair. So I try and fill it in so that it has like a little bit of a shape to it. Right there. So this side is different than the other side, but your brows will always be different one side to the other. Okay, and then again, I draw this one in an upward motion, almost like strokes upwards. Okay. I went a little crazy. All right, there we go. So my brows are, I always do my brows. Like, even if I and like have 2 seconds to get ready, it's usually like brows. And so I'll do brows and like a little mascara or something like that. But I feel like brows do a ton for your face. And so I totally recommend them. All right, for eyeshadow, I am going to do, hurry and vote real quick. Do you want a natural look, or do you want a I don't know, do you want like a neutral brown look, or would you want something with more color to it? So vote neutral or color real quick, and I'm gonna take the first 3 that I see in a row. Because I can switch this up pretty easy here. Okay. Yeah, scar twins, lip scar and a brow scar. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that we are twins like that. That is so exciting. Okay. Your brows are so blonde you can't even see them. That's awesome, because then when you draw them in, it'll like add so much shape to your face. Yeah, microblading is so fun. Microblading is awesome. Something not Philly? Who even are you? Are we friends? That's so funny. Okay. Let me know. I'm going to show you a blue eyeshadow look soon. But I haven't gotten them yet. I only have one blue and I want to do multiple blues. Okay, cool. Neutral for every day. So far, that's the vote. Neutral for every day is an awesome one. I sure love doing that one because for me, it's like easy. So, okay, for either one, I am going to use Sabrina on my brow. And I'm going to come underneath my brow. I like Sabrina because it just brings like a really nice natural lightness. Okay, I've seen color. Philly's just like brings life to every look. Okay. How does the makeup look on small face moles? So I have small face moles. I like it. I like this makeup because it lets my freckles shine through, or I can add more coverage if I want. Yeah. Something with Philly. Philly with color. Okay, now I have all these mixed Philly reviews. How about I don't use Philly today, but I do like a neutral look. I feel like that's an easy one for an everyday. And then I will put color in to my next tutorial. But either way, I would have done this Sabrina. So here we go. And my palette's already stocked with really nice neutrals here. So I was gonna switch them out, but I am going to be using Oak, and I'm going to use the color Rome on my lid. And so Rome and Sabrina are pretty similar. Like you can see how they don't alter like a ton, but they both have like, Rome has like a little bit more subtlety to it. And so I'm going to use Rome on my eyelid here. And bye, have fun at work. This makeup, so I talked about a little bit about texture and things like that in the beginning of this video, but for large pores, you just want to make sure that you have a dark enough color that's not accentuating them, and then you're using the Perfector sponge with it also. Okay, so Rome, we're just coming in and we're just kind of like neutralizing things out and just making it nice and subtle and bright. Okay, and so next up I'm going to use, yes, they stay in the palette, see? Just like that. They are magnetic, and they last forever. Okay, so I'm using Oak here, and I went back to the bigger brush, and if you have hooded eyes, like your eyes are kind of like this, you'll wanna make sure you keep your eye open and you go above that crease line versus inside your crease like I'm going to do. By going above your crease like that, you'll be able to add the dimension but not sink your eyes back. So I am going to start in my crease, but keep that in mind for those of you with hooded eyes. So I'm going to start in my crease right here on the edge, and you always place the color where you want it to be the darkest. So you can place the color, and then as you blend, it will grow, and it will also get lighter, obviously. So wherever you want it to be the deepest, make sure that's where you start, because blending equals growing. Like as you blend, the color will expand, otherwise you can't, it has nothing to blend into. So keep that in mind. I like to do sometimes come in here in this a little bit and deepen that part. But if you already feel like your eyes are kind of like sinking in, I would keep it on the outside there as well, because this will add a little depth right there inside. Also, if you're just joining, we're totally giving away a mini double-decker with 10 singles, like 10 colors of your choice, and 2 brushes. So make sure you guys are sharing this out, and also commenting, engaging, all of that stuff. I will go back and answer your comments, and I also will stick around after and make sure that I'm like reading them and answering them in real time too. Okay, so that is Oak. To me, Oak is like a really, really solid color to have in your palette because it's just a very neutral mid-brown. It matches everything, it goes well with everything, and it looks good on everyone. So I love Oak almost as much as I love Philly. Philly is like I just like get excited to wear it every day. Okay, so this is the blending I'm doing here, and here's a tip for if you don't know where to end the eyeshadow out here. take like a pencil or your brush or whatever and go from the edge of your nose to the edge of your eye, and you should stay from there or above. Unless you're going for like a deeper, moodier, smokier look or something like that, then you can kind of draw it out. But that's a good rule of thumb, is to keep it above that line, and that will draw your eyes up and out. This will absolutely work for anyone in any age. So suggestions on what to get as a first-time buyer: make sure that you send me a pic up there. In my description, there is a Color Match Me link, and I will send you specific colors for your skin. Just make sure that your photo that you send me is in natural light and it's not blown out. There's not extra shadows. Like bathroom lighting or like an old photo from a vacation or something like that doesn't really work. Like, go and stand in front of a window that has natural light, not harsh light, and then take a few steps back and take a photo of your face and send that one to me, so that I can really understand what your skin is doing and what your skin needs, and I will send you a specific color recommendation. So, and I look at every single one of your faces individually, so sometimes it can take me a day or two to get back, but I get back as soon as I possibly can. Okay, so we're still doing this oak here. Here we go, blend it out. Okay, so that just added a really nice and subtle dimension, and I feel like that's like an awesome kind of everyday look. So next up, I'm going to switch to my multitasker brush. It has a smaller side here and this bigger side here, and I'm using this Kola contour right there. Here's a tip though: if you have a cream next to powders, make sure you're always tilting away from the cream when you're applying into the powder. You don't want powder in your creams because it will mess up your cream. So same thing goes for like a brush. If you're using your makeup brush in a powder, then you go and put it in your cream, you'll mess up your cream. So powder and cream, obviously they don't mix, so keep your creams and your powders separate as much as you can. Okay, so I am using just a little bit of this Kola contour, and I'm going to smudge this on my lash line here. And I like to use this because it is like a softer line than traditional eyeliner is. And for my kind of everyday full face, I like as much about it to look soft and kind of like worn in as possible. And then as the day goes on, it still looks like the same and looks good. And you don't have to worry about like, you know, oh, that, you know, smudged or whatever. Like, so anyway, that's what I like to do. And then I open my eye up, I draw a little bit on that bottom lash line, and I keep my eye open as I draw this up. On my YouTube channel, there is a winged eyeliner tutorial, and I talk about that concept that I just briefly mentioned more in depth. It's only a couple minutes long, but it'll kind of explain what I'm talking about there. And now I do a little bit on this other side here. I'm glad that I teach you every video. That's awesome. Yeah, that's like my whole goal, is to teach you guys, and so that you feel empowered, so that you can, you know, accomplish whatever makeup look you want to do, because obviously one size doesn't fit all, but if you can like learn certain concepts, you can learn how to apply them to yourself, and then hopefully in turn you feel just confident and empowered and stuff like that. So, all right, I have that line on there. So that is what I do for my eyeliner. I did link my mascara for you, as well as the lash serum, because I get asked about that quite a bit too. So I'm going to put mascara on my lashes now, right here. You're going to put off your workout? You can work out while you listen. We are almost done, actually. We just have like the face stuff left, and then obviously my Q&A at the end. Okay, I'm going to use the compact. The compact is an awesome mirror up here. I can put my full face on in that compact, so I love it. And it's awesome for traveling. Like, I travel quite a bit, and I can take all of my makeup through my, like, just a checked bag. Also, it just slides right in to like the side of my bag or a compartment or whatever. It's just so convenient and so small, and also still versatile. Like before, when I would travel, I would try and pack, like I'd be like, oh, okay, I need to like repack all my bags so that I just have like the absolute essentials, just because it's like your makeup bag gets so huge and so heavy, and there's liquids in it and all this stuff. So ever since I've done this, I like don't even rearrange my palettes. I don't do anything. I know that I have enough versatility to switch things up if I want, and all of that. It's just awesome. So to apply, here's my tips for applying mascara. I like to start at the base, and I kind of wiggle it back and forth, and then I just draw it up. Wiggle it back and forth and draw it up. And then on the inside, I always use the tip here, just so I don't get it all over myself. And I can kind of spread that inner corner out as I apply. And I like to go through and do the whole base, and then I can let the base kind of dry for a minute and stabilize. And then afterwards, like so this side, now that it's dried a little bit, I can go on just the tips and just kind of go back and forth over the tips a little bit, and it just darkens them up a little bit more. That piece is just sticking together. There we go. Is there a guide that explains what brushes are for what? Yeah, I can post one. I'll post it in the comments here. After I'm done. I don't know if it has the new brushes on it, but I can also make one for you guys. So give me a couple days and I'll make one. Okay, so mascara on. You can put it on your bottom lashes if you want. Normally when it's just like kind of a simple everyday look, I will only do just a little bit on my edges here and not like along the whole bottom line. So my lashes curl without curling them. Yeah, I don't even own an eyelash curler, I don't think. But my eyeshadow brush, where did I put it? Sorry, I'm usually more organized than this, but I threw it back in. Okay, so sometimes when I'm feeling like my eyes just need a little bit something else, I'll take the smudgy side and I'll go back into like one of the colors I used up there, and I will put it underneath. And so you can see I just put that oak underneath my eye, and I feel like it's what it needed. Like it just needed like some more oomph, you know, to it. This feels like unfinished to me. And so if I was like in a hurry or whatever running out the door, then I would leave it like that. But where I have a little bit of time, or I'm trying to make like a, you know, like you're gonna go to lunch with your girlfriends or like something like that, you know, where people are gonna like see you, and sometimes you just want to look really put together. So I feel like that's a simple tip to kind of draw the whole eye look together. So yeah, I'll work on making you guys a guide on what the brushes are used for, but keep in mind the brushes can be used for whatever you want them to be used for. So if you're like if I say on this brush, this is to like set your powder in and stuff like this, this is great for blending, whatever, but you're like, I love applying my foundation with this, then go for it. So, and if you're like, this is really awesome for my blush and I just stipple it on and it's awesome, then like totally do that. So I'll make you a guide, kind of a general guide of what I do, and then you can kind of take it from there. All right. We're getting on the home stretch here, and keep in mind this look takes me 15 minutes when I'm not talking to you guys. Okay, I'm doing blush, and I'm going to use just a tiny bit on this fluffier side, and I pop my cheeks like this, and I start to kind of swirl the brush. Just like that. And then I feel like it blends it and makes it look soft, and then I can kind of relax and add as I need to. But by starting out by popping your cheeks, you're not like, where does my blush go? Like, it clearly goes right there, you know? Right where your cheeks are popping. And blush is so important. Like, so many people are like, I don't use blush. And I'm like, why? Like, it's doing such a disservice to your face, your beautiful face. And so blush is just awesome. It just brings everything to life, and it kind of just like adds warmth, and you look so much prettier. And if you still don't want to wear blush, then you do you. I'll support it. Okay, so I'm taking off the blush off of that brush just by swirling it on a towel, which I'll show you that towel later as I clean my brushes. But I'm using the Bella bronzer now, and I like the bronzer because I feel like it just brings this like beautiful sheer warmth to my face. And so I do it up on my cheekbones, and it's also buildable. You want to start with a little bit and build more as you'd like or as is needed. And it just kind of like draws everything together. I got a little carried away right there. Okay, there we go. And you just put it where the sun would naturally hit, and you can see how it just warms this up. But it's sheer enough that it doesn't take away that dimension we created with our highlight. And so that's what I really love about it, because look, you still have that brightness and dimension. You just have like a warmer glow to you. So that's why I love Bella. If you're not a bronzer fan, then that's okay. Okay, and next up I am going to show you Illuminator. So I am actually going to use this this side of the detail hack, but I have a second one. So if you are using the one we used earlier, make sure you're cleaning it in between. Otherwise, next time you go to use it under your eye, you'll have Illuminator on it. Or you can just use your finger. Like, using your fingers with Illuminator totally works. It's awesome. So I am using the color Georgia, and I'm just going to come up underneath my brow bone here, and it just adds like a little bit more sparkle right there. And sometimes I'll use the multitasker brush if I want like a really stark like line right there, but since I'm going a little more subtle, I just want a touch of brightness and a touch of brightness here. And you can see how it just kind of like adds this subtle glow. And sometimes I'll put a little on my nose, a little on my upper lip. See how it just kind of brings it to life. And then I like to put this on right here as well, just up on that cheekbone. And that's a part where you can definitely use your finger. Like, you just get in here and blend this out, just like that. And so you can see how it just adds, like, it just makes your cheekbone pop a little bit more. And this is totally up to you if you want to do something like this, you know, if you just want to keep it looking a little bit more neutral or natural, like, that's up to you. And also the cream illuminators are a little more subtle than the powders. So just keep that in mind. This is a powder illuminator, so it has a lot of sheen. But here, I'll just show you the difference on my fingers. Okay, so here's the honey illuminator. This is a cream, and then this is the powder. So see how much more light it picks up? This one's like more subtle. And also, especially once you kind of like pat that in, it's just a subtle sheen. And this one, no matter where you go with it, it's shiny. So hopefully that comparison helped you. Okay, so yeah, and you can start small too. Like, if you're wanting to try this stuff, you don't have to start with a big kit. Like, you can just grab a couple colors of what you like and start trying to like make it work, or start trying to like see if it works for you or whatever. It's totally up to you. Okay, let's do lips, and then we're done. I am going to line my lips with Indigo, which is this contour color, and then I'm going to use Sandstone and Honey on my lips. And I love this color combination. It's a good one. So to contour your lips, go right underneath that lip line, and it just adds a little depth right there. And then I come up here and I just kind of create a lip line for myself because I have a dog bite. And so I don't have like a traditional Cupid's bow. And so I have to try and draw one on. And no matter what, it will never be balanced because it like sits differently when I talk versus when it's like down. So for you, hopefully this part will be easy. So many things. Don't get confused. That's why I made this like super comprehensive video. I also have shorter ones that I'm not like talking through, and you can just kind of see how quickly it goes. I have like a full face one in real time. So it just is like literally filmed me doing my makeup, my whole face of makeup. And it has, like, I'm not talking through it. So there's that option as well. And that's up on YouTube or on my Instagram TV channel. So I like to deepen the corners here too. You wore Sandstone Honey yesterday. That's awesome. It's a good one. So did I. It's a go-to for me. Okay. My upper lip is a pain to line too. I just go slightly above my lip line, and I feel like that helps a ton. Like, it makes it so much better. You don't want to go crazy. Like, you don't want people to be like, that's not your lip. But if you could just go right over it, you'll be good. Okay, so I line my lips with indigo. I like the depth it creates. I like the dimension it creates. And now I'm coming in with sandstone. I'm just going to use my finger. And again, that's the blush color I used. Because since they're cream, they work for your lips and for your cheeks. And there are some blushes that are glossy and some that are matte. This is a matte one. The matte ones have a tendency to feel dry in your lips like a matte lipstick would. And so that's why I bring in the honey. Or you can also put, like, I put a little bag balm or something on my lip line. And to me that, like, makes all the difference. I have this, like, part right here that keeps looking weird in the camera. Okay, so now I take Honey Illuminator. That's the cream illuminator. And again, they're just all right here. I haven't moved anything or changed anything or carried extra product around to do this. There we go. So Honey Illuminator right there. It just like plumps your lip up, and yeah. That's not your lip. Even my special occasion, the makeup looks natural. Thank you. I like that. I like looking like me, whether I am like all done up or not. Obviously sometimes I want to like look like I tried harder, but just for like an everyday or whatever, I just want to like feel like my features are brought to life. I'm balanced out. I don't have dark under eye circles from all that mom life. For me, this lasts on my lips all day, but I'm like kind of a, I don't even know like how to describe it. I guess I'm a more gentle eater. Like I am mindful of my lipstick when I'm eating and stuff, just because I don't have time through the day to keep like putting it back on, nor do I want to. I have other things to do, you know? So for me, makeup is like something I do in the morning and that I want to expect that I look good all day, or look halfway decent, I guess. And so for me, it's not something that like, oh, midway through the day I go and touch it up. Like, I just don't. So there are some lipsticks that I use that last longer than others. Black Cherry is a cheek color that we have, and for me that like almost stains my lips, and so I can even like, it can even be almost completely wiped off, and I can just put chapstick over it at that point and it still has a like a color to its lips, so, or to my lips, so I really like that. But yeah, so probably the only thing I would ever do is like retouch lips or something if I was going on like a date that night. If you're not a gentle eater, then you're gonna have to reapply your lipstick. Okay, so I'm gonna hang out here for a second, and I will answer your questions. Some of these questions are confusing me. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Chandra. Yeah, I don't use language I don't want my kids to hear either. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I would love for you guys to win. So if you are just joining and you don't know, I am giving away a mini double-decker, which is a size that I just used, with 10 colors of your choice and 2 brushes. And so I'll pick a winner. I'm going to give you guys through the weekend to keep engaging or sharing, or, you know, like share this with friends or stuff like that. And then we will, yeah, I will notify the winner. So if you don't hear from me, then you probably didn't win, but I'll notify the winner and I'll also comment the winner here. So, and then I will continue doing giveaways. I love giving stuff away to you guys because I want you all to try this, but I understand it's not always like a possibility, but I hope that eventually it will be and you'll understand that it can be something for you as well. So awesome. You need help picking color for your face and skincare. Oh, I would love to help you. So there is a link in the description and it says for a personal color match, click here. So click that link and I will send you an email as soon as I can. Make sure guys that your email addresses are in there correctly, because if it's not in there correctly, I have like no way to reach back to you. So make sure that your email address is correct, and that's really important, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And then yeah, I can help you with skincare and all of that stuff too. Yes, you want everything I just used. Awesome. I will write out in the caption above what colors I used today if you guys want to reference back. I feel like this was a really, really subtle, natural look that is great for every skin type, every skin tone, everybody's face. So yes, jump on this. First time watcher, Megan, welcome. Yes, there are so many good colors. So your lips are super dry and even with lipstick, they look super dry. So yeah, I would say at night, make sure that you're treating them with something. For me, I like to use Bag Balm, or I'll use something that is not like extra drying for my lips. Sometimes your lips will get kind of addicted to like chapstick or Carmex or something like that. So you want to make sure you're using something that's actually hydrating your lips and healing them versus creating an addiction to it. And so I would do that for sure. And then I would limit your use of lipstick for a week or two. Sometimes the certain lipstick that you're using is going to dry out your lips even more. So I've noticed that for me, if I'm using one kind of lipstick and I feel like it's really causing problems with my lips, I will just throw that lipstick away and I'll just try a different kind. So sometimes for me, it comes down to the formulas, whether my lips are healthy and stuff like that too. So do I use bronzer even if I'm pale? Yes. I love the bronzer, especially for pale, like if you're bringing in contour and you're bringing in blush and stuff like that, sometimes you feel like your neck now doesn't match your face. And so it's awesome especially for pale, to just like swirl a little bit on your neck or use a little sunless tan or something like that. But I love that it's so light. It can be applied like sheer. So I'll put this on my hand here. Like you can do this here, where this is that Bella bronzer, and it can be like blended out so that was like a really heavy application, so then it's there. But if you do a lighter application like this, then it's like almost dissipates out, but look at how much like nice subtle warmth that still gives. So you can apply it darker or lighter and it works for everyone. Ooh, I am going to show you how I clean my brushes too. Coconut oils on your lips, you can totally try that too. You have dark brown hair, what colors are good for brows? So if you have dark brown hair like me, this is Kohl eyeshadow, or you can also try Indigo. Contour, which is what I used on my cheeks, it has like kind of a warmer tint to it, and so sometimes for really dark hair it tends to be a little too warm, but for me it's perfect because I have like overall warmth to me. But you could also try Kohl, but Kohl is what I used on my eyeliner. It's really dark. And so Kohl eyeliner is probably where you're going. If you have a little lighter brown hair than me, or you want your brows a little lighter than this, then you can try Trust. Can I teach you how to use the sunless tanner? Yes, this morning I was like, maybe I should try teaching the sunless tanner on my stories or something this morning before the tutorial, but then I need to play with my kids and stuff instead. And so I will, next time I apply it, I will put a tutorial on my Insta stories for you guys. And then I'll save it as a highlight bubble. I can color match you, yes. So there is a link above. You can also message me, guys. If you message me, I will be able to color match you too. So just reach out. I want you to try this. If you want to try this makeup, I really, really want to help you. Okay, I'm going to show you how I clean my brushes. So I take my brush here. I have the Restore brush cleaner. It's also from Maskcara, and it cleans, it conditions, it sanitizes. It's awesome for these brushes. And so I spritz a couple sprays on it there, and then I swirl it on here. What is the comparison between June and Amber? So Amber is darker and warmer than June. June is is really, really great for neutralizing redness. Like it will cut redness out, but not deep redness. For that you need a little darker color, but June is great for like I use it on my skin tone for like balancing out blemishes and stuff like that, but it is some people's highlight color totally. But June and Amber are a different tone more than anything, but Amber is warmer, June is more neutralizing. Tips for contouring the ball on the tip of your nose. So that's hard because sometimes it can look like a line on your nose. So I would say you draw a line down the tip and keep it pretty skinny of your highlight color, and then when you come in with your contour, I would put just a tiny amount, and then I would like dab it on it and make it kind of straighter versus curving it out. And so I would make it straighter like this. And then I would make sure that you're blending it really well. And so the tip of it, you don't want like crazy lines on it. So just make sure you're blending really well there. And then you can put a little bit of Illuminator too to draw more attention to that center if you want. Okay, so it'll make it look a little thinner that way. But if you're getting a little crazy with it, then you may want to put like a little powder to kind of like blend it all out again. Cool. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so this is what came out of my brush, and my brush is clean now. So it's pretty simple, really. Also, sometimes I'll leave the towel, like I'll hold the towel like this, and I'll spray the brush and the towel together, because then you're not wasting any product, because the towel is also cleaning the brush as well as the brush being having cleaner on it. With ones like the 30-second hack brush, so sometimes I get in here and I will like press them like this, and I'll spray them when they're pressed open, pressed like that, because then it kind of gets deeper in there, and see how much is coming out of that. So there is a setting spray, yes. I don't use it on my oily skin. For me, it just doesn't, it's like I prefer setting powder. But a lot of my dry skin friends or normal skin friends like swear by it. So the setting spray is totally like something to consider if you want. And for me, I just use setting powder though. Do I clean my brushes after every use? No, but look how clean. So that was just that one time. Clean it. I don't clean them after every use unless it's a situation like earlier where I'm using the same brush for multiple things. Then yes, I would clean it, because by the next time you go to use it, you'll need it to be fresh. If you're using the same brush for the same things, then I would recommend cleaning every like 4 days to a week. I feel like a week is probably the longest you want to go. You'll start kind of noticing like it won't apply as smoothly. You may start breaking out, or you're like kind of wasting a lot of product. Just a bunch of different things like that. And also for the sake of your brush's health, it's awesome. So to keep them like cleaned and nourished. I actually feel like after using the brush cleaner on my brushes, they are softer than when they're brand new. Does the spray have a weird smell? It actually is an amazing smell. Every time I clean my brushes, my husband's like, "You smell so good." I'm like, "Thanks. It's my brush cleaner." So I like the smell. How do I store my brushes? I just put them in a drawer. If I'm traveling, I'll put them in like a little bag or something like that. But the cleaning spray I think is 28, I want to say. But it could be different than that, but I'm pretty sure it's 28. It might be 29. Anyway, the brushes got kinked somehow. So I would try and like run them under water maybe, and then lay them out flat to dry and see if that helps them. Okay, so I had this multi-texture brush. I just cleaned it, and this much came out of it, and look how clean it is. So this is what I do. Here's the eyeshadow brush here. I'm gonna clean this, and I will show you on a new piece, like clear here. Some of them smell like cotton candy. I think some of them smell like tropical vanilla or something. I don't even know what scent is out right now. Okay, so I spray this brush here like that, and then swirl it just a little bit. And you want to be gentle with your swirling. You don't want to like, you know, your brush. My brush cleaner lasts me quite a while. Like, I don't really know, like maybe 6 months to a year. I know that's a big broad range, but how important is it to clean your brushes? I think it's essential to clean your brushes. Look how much just came out. Ta-da, clean brush. So that's how simple it is to clean your brushes, and it's literally imperative. Like if you want your brushes to last, if you want your makeup to look good, if you want your skincare to stay clean, if you want your skin to stay clean, all of that stuff. Yes, mascara works great on all skin types. Sometimes there's an adjustment period. I talked about that a little bit earlier, like especially with oily skin, there's a little bit of an adjustment period. And sometimes with dry skin, you need to work on using that milk moisturizer to get your skin kind of hydrated. But the combination of the two will leave you with like hydrated, beautiful, glowy skin. So stick it out. You heard the men's toner has a slightly different scent. Oh, it might. I was told it was the same formula, but it might have like a slightly different scent in the toner. That would make sense because it's like an aftershave for men. And so I don't replace my brushes very often, actually. I want to say I've only replaced 1 or 2 of them. So what's the difference between Men's Milk and the original? The formula is the same, but apparently the toner has a different scent to it. How do I clean the Perfector sponge? So I will use this spray on it too, and I will just spritz it all around like this, and then I'll kind of pulse it in it like this, and then I will I just inhaled a whole bunch. You've got to get this makeup. You do. Like I have like no junk anymore. I like had a whole suitcase full of like a whole duffel bag full of my old makeup, and I was just like, why do I even have this? And I just got rid of the whole duffel bag of makeup, and I was like, that was all stuff like I didn't even care about, and now I have like this tiny little, you know, corner of my drawer that's makeup that I love and is super versatile and could be used on any of my friends, because it's like, yeah, so it's awesome. Okay, so then I cleaned this out in the, oh, it has like a black spot there, but I just ran this under the water, and look how much cleaner. So that's how I clean my Perfector sponge. Yeah, don't get lazy and sleep in your makeup. I agree about that with the mascara makeup. It's really important to take it off of your face. It's great for your face, it's great for your skin, but it's never good for your skin to sleep in something. But I press mine into my skin so much that it looks like a second skin. I need to like take it off and let my skin, you know, be like cleansed underneath. So you could get rid of so much makeup. Should you only be using it once? Should you only be using the Perfector sponge once? Sorry, I don't know what you're asking. You can always message me too if you have a question and I'm not answering it or I'm not understanding what you're asking. How do you fix an eyeshadow that has gone a little too big without wiping off the base of your face? I would just add in, like I would use your finger and try and remove some of it, or a cotton, like a Q-tip, and try and remove some of it. And then I would probably just add lighter color over top to try and like temper it. But always start with less eyeshadow because you can build up, but it's really hard to take it down. Okay, some of your comments are so long that I can't read all of them, just so you know. Seeing how you're obsessed with skincare, awesome. I can't see the rest of your comment. Do I use the cleanser wipes alone without the milk? How well do the wipes work? So the wipes are only for removing your makeup. So you don't want to use the cleansing wipes as your skincare. It's only to take your makeup off so that then you can care for and cleanse your skin. Which new brush do I suggest for Illuminator? I would do the bigger one. I want to say it's the BFF one. No, I don't use a primer. I apply on a fresh, clean face. And then what nail color do I want to do next? I need to go in, but I have to wait until next week. So I just like have to limit the amount of time that my kids are with other people, you know, because I want to make sure that most of every day is I'm all in with them. So anyway, nail appointment can wait because this week we have other things that are going on. So I like the powder, the setting powder. I feel like even a light application of the setting powder is works great for like all skin types and stuff like that. Can I use the wipes on my eyes? Yeah, I will use water to kind of soften my eyelashes, and then I let that kind of set in so that my mascara comes off easily, and then I use the makeup remover wipes. How much is the whole face? It's totally up to you. So it's personalized to what you want. So you choose the size of compact, and obviously that affects the price. So colors they range from $12 to $16. The face colors are $14. The setting powder is $16, and the eyeshadows are $12. So yeah, best blend forever, that one. I don't use a primer, no. Awesome, cool. Well, you feel like you can't keep this makeup on all day with the setting powder up? Yes, like without the setting powder, my makeup won't work. And also you may have the wrong color. If it's like wiping off your face really easily, we may need to get you a different color or something like that. So, but the setting powder is usually my first recommendation if someone's not using that. My kids are adorable. Thank you. I love them. Yes, if you were matched amber in the summer and you're lighter now, totally go to Candlelit. Okay, do I wear makeup every day? No, I don't. You can see on my Insta stories, sometimes I just don't even have makeup on at all. But yeah, I wear it probably 4 or 5 days a week, I would say. No, I don't ever use the Kola Contour and the Spoolie for mascara. I haven't done that. I don't know if that would work. Maybe other people have tried it, but what highlight will color, or highlight to color to neutralize blue or purple under eye circles? I would try Mango. Mango's awesome for that. It kind of depends on how deep your darkness is though. If you were previously color matched from me and you feel like maybe one of the newer colors would work good, totally send me a picture, or like I can send you a complete new color match or something like that. Like totally reach out. I'm here to help you. I'm your artist, and so I want you to feel like you can reach out to me and stuff like that, because that's what I'm here for. So how do I prevent black smudges under my eyes? So I don't put a ton of mascara or eyeliner under my eye as it is, but I just make sure that whatever I apply is a really light hand, so there's not a lot of excess to a smudge everywhere. And if you're having a lot of smudging, then I would switch up kind of what you're using or how you're applying it. So what color do I suggest for eyeliner on a light complexion? I feel like some of the browns that we have, like an indigo contour, would be really pretty. This one. So I feel like that is really pretty, but I also feel like you can use this Kola Contour because it's like a softer black, so you can totally do it. You might have, let me pick all your colors. Awesome. I'm so great, that's so great. I'm so great. No, that's so great. I was reading another comment, sorry. Also, always, right? How come you guys didn't tell me I had stuff on my teeth? You're the best. Caitlin, you're my favorite, Caitlin. Do I know how they pick the names of all the makeup? The names are so cute, right? A lot of them have stories behind them. Like a lot of the eyeshadows are named after Kara's like nieces and nephews, just like stuff like that. Some of them are named after her kids or different things that are special to her. So some of them just remind them of other things that are funny, like one of the brightest blue colors that just came out is named Dabba-Dee, like after that song that was like blue, you know. How do I get my teeth so white? I use a whitening toothpaste and sunless tanner. It's all about that contrast. And the tins have pictures. Are those significant? Oh, the pictures on the top. No, I think they're just pretty. So I haven't ever heard of that having a significant thing. So does the makeup settle in lines and wrinkles? If it is settling under your eyes, then take your finger and gently press like this Also, the perfector sponge is essential for that. So if you have like fine lines or whatever, the perfector sponge will like press it right in to your skin, and then you can use a tiny bit of setting powder over top, and you will be like amazed at how beautiful your skin looks, I think. In all of my experience with mature skin, it is like by far the most glowy and beautiful their skin has looked. So if you became an artist, you could definitely be under me. You can definitely join my team. So if you're interested in that, just reach out and I'll give you any information. I linked my sunless tanner for you guys in the description. It settles in your smile lines outside of your mouth, kind of weird. So sometimes that happens to me too, but I'll just go like this, and then it's all of a sudden better. The nice thing is that it's a cream, and so it's not like ever like chiseled on your face. Like, so it kind of like moves with you, which makes it nice and hydrating and not suffocating for your skin. But you also are able to just kind of press things in. So like if it's looking weird, like in your pores here or something, just take your finger, press it in. It helps. Cool. Okay, so I am going to go play with my kids again. I'm really excited about this giveaway. I'm going to give you through the weekend to do it, and mature skin is amazing. It's so beautiful. Thank you. What highlight for a dark bronzy tan in the summer? It kind of depends on what your natural tone is, but like for me, if I get a dark bronzy tan, I use mango. For someone who would be like a mango naturally, then obviously they jump down to like a goddess or a papaya, something like that. Awesome. Okay, well, I love you all, and Stephanie, your husband's more important. That's okay. I like switch around. I don't have like a toothpaste that I love. Sorry, I keep taking you off to take you into my bathroom to show you stuff. But right now I have this Crest 3D white, but that's just because I ran out of whatever we had before, and I just grabbed what was on sale at the store. So I'm really not that specific about it. But okay, well, you guys are awesome. I love you all. And I will post my comment, or I'll post my colors in the description above for you. And yeah, you are awesome. Okay, bye.